What's happening, y'all? My last day on Saints and Sinners. I wanted to talk to y'all today about the angry black man. I noticed something about corporate people. And I wanted to tell y'all a quick story. People seem to like my stories. So I remember when I was signed to this super big label. And I was one of the few artists that did his own music. Like, I produced an A&R my own album for the most part, regardless of who name was on it. For the most part, the only thing that they had to do was to give me my money. At that time, it was really hard for for them to get major artists to do promo runs. But you know, for me to get up out of the streets and to stay busy was something that was important to me, because I knew, especially with me getting the type of deal that I received at the time, that if I was just sitting around, I'd probably end up dead. So I worked. When I tell you, me and my team, instead of doing a 2-week promo run, we did a 8-month promo run. So, like, when I tell people that I personally believe that I've touched at least about 25% of my fans, whether I've shaken their hands, whether I've taken a picture with them or whatever. But I need you guys to take into consideration that I produced 80% of my album. All of the features on my album came from me and my friendships from me being a producer. So I went on this 8-month run. I produced my album, all the things that I just told you guys about. And literally, like I told you, 8 months of not seeing my family, 8 months of working hard every day, city to city, DJ to DJ, boys club to boys club. And after I got done with my 8-month run, them folks didn't have my money. Now, I'm talking about even the people inside of the label said they had never seen anybody work that hard. I was angry. And to be honest with you, my anger was justified. Unlike most artists, when I came to the label, I had 800 spins on my record. And all across the United States. And people may not understand what that means, but if you have any friends in the music industry, they know what that means. It's very hard to get an independent record up over 800 spins a week. So I had done that on my own, me and my team. And when I got there, them folks did not have my money. I was livid. When I tell you livid, you've had me out here with no money, on my own. A lot of this stuff, because at that time I had done #1 single for another label, so I was in high demand as a producer. So I was making money, and it was great that I had met Mr. DJ, who was Outkast DJ at the time, who told me, David Banner, if you making money, don't take them publishing checks. Don't take all that upfront money that they trying to give you. Like, if you have money, don't take that free money. Something ain't right about it. And I remember listening to him. I remember Regina Davenport telling me something very similar. So when I got there, I was angry because some folks were playing with my money. The point that I'm about to make to you guys is something that corporate people do to black people each and every day. When they are wrong and we become the angry black man, they never tell why the black man is angry. Now, all of these things that I had done that no artist had done, I'm always on time for my interview. Never was in trouble, never got arrested, never got locked up, any of those things. They were supposed to have my money 8 months ago. As a matter of fact, something that people don't know is, well, I ain't gonna tell that part of the story, but they had every reason in the world to have my money, and they didn't. I went up to the label and acted a fool. Literally because my family was in Mississippi hurting. And I had done everything that I was supposed to do 8 months ago to deserve my money. And they did not have my money. As a civilized man, people in America don't react unless there's some fire up under their ass. But come to find out that these people went and start, telling the industry that I was unstable. Never telling people how I had been mistreated. Never telling people that I had worked for 8 months straight, doing everything. And something that I realized also, I was always wondering, like, why didn't they push me harder if I do all the work? And what I found out was the folks were saying, well, why really put our money behind David Banner? He gonna do it himself. He has his own relationships. He does his own beats. Why should we? So I was angry. Now, I will admit, as a man, now that I know what I know, there is no excuse to get angry. Once you become angry, they then control the narrative. But what I will say is that we have to do better with articulating our pain and the rationale and reason of why we are angry. Because everybody always points at the black man and say they are this and they are that without giving the explanation why. I'll give you a quick example. One of my biggest criticisms of Obama was one of the first speeches he had when he first became president was about black men raising their father. And, about black men raising their children. I apologize. And they never, ever talked about America's responsibility and how slavery had ripped the black family up for over 3 generations. And we haven't been out of slavery longer than we were in, as far as the new Africans who were here. And he went on and on and on and on and on and never talked about America's responsibility of what they've done to the black man or the black family. So for us to get that kind of criticism, and for me to know that we've never really had an example. Like I always tell people, they say, well, certain people are great examples of what a black man wants to be. And I tell people, a role model depends on what role you want your children to play in America. I don't want my male child, when I have it, to be a safe black man. I don't want that. I don't want my child to be like that. I don't want my child to have no traces of culture. I don't want my child to play it safe. I tell people all the time, I would rather my child die young and be free, fighting for something, than to be 80 years old and to be a quiet slave, to always go along with the flow. That's not the type of child that I want. So in me saying that, when they try to paint us as being these angry black men, yeah, I'm angry because you punched me in the fucking face. Yeah, I'm angry because you didn't pay me my motherfucking money and I work hard. I'm not late. I do my work. As a matter of fact, I do 5, 6, 7 people's jobs. You know what I'm saying? So make sure people know why you angry. Make sure you document Emails are the greatest thing to me that has ever happened. We have to use technology the same way that they do. Whenever somebody agrees to something, send a reply email. Send a reply to their email, making sure that they are agreeing to the terms at hand. The last thing that I want to tell you, contracts go two ways. Contracts are not just from them to us. See, we don't know about contracts. We must make sure, like if you notice, whenever you have a record deal, whenever you talk about a record deal, when you look at a record deal, it always tells you exactly what they want from you. But when it comes to their responsibility to you, it's always very vague. We have to make sure that we have the terms and make sure that we know what they're responsible as far as what they're supposed to do for and to us. All right, bet.